Hello everyone, I'm yashwanthsai. Today the topic is about the tall buildings on the E-types. First of all, click on the file, take the model, change settings as a SI and Indian, and IS 800 2007 as a steel, and as a concrete we choose IS 456 2000 and click on OK. Change the spacing grid in X direction as 6 and Y direction also 6, and take the number of stories as 23. Now change the custom story data. Here is story data. From 1 to 8 we choose as a one group and story 8 as a major story. Take yes. Change the story number as a story number 8 from 1 to 8. Like this, each and every story has a change the name of story 8. Again we are selected as a from 9 to 14 as a one story, means one group. As a 14 number story, take a master story as S. Change our stories as a name as story 14. Like that, another group is from 15 to 19. Master story as a take as a 19. Change the number as story 19. Now click on OK. Select the grid only option and click on OK. And this is the design of our tall building project in 3D view, and this is the plan view. And we can change the stories, use these arrows. Now define the properties of the material property, add new material, change the region as an India, and change the material type as concrete. Follow the Indian standard and grade M40, and again OK. Add new material, again take as a rebar material, change the grade as HYSD grade 500 and click on OK. Again click OK. Again add new material type is rebar only, and change the mild grid 250 and click OK, and again OK. Again click OK. Now define the properties, section properties, frame sections. Add new material, add new property, take as a rectangular and change the dimensions as C 500 by 500. This property name. Change the material as M40. Change the dimensions also as 500 by 500. Change the reinforcement details and modify show reinforcement, and click on the HYSD 500 and longitudinal bus on mild 250 on confident bus. As per IS 456 2000. Clear color of the is 40 mm and click on OK. Again click OK. Now we may create a C500 by 500 as a copy and change the properties only as a dimension as a C550 by 550. Now select the projected C500 by 500 and add copy of the property. We can change the number as a C550 by 550, same material M40, and change the dimensions only. This 550 by 550 and click on OK. Now we created the copy of the C500 by 500 as a only change the dimensions of the 550 by 550. Now again add copy of the property, change the name as a C600 by 600. Now take same material M40. Once again change the dimension only as 600 by 600 and click on OK. Now if you see, there is a 3 materials which are we can create the properties. One is 500, next to 550, next one is 600 by 600. Now we create these 3 as a one group, then click on add new property, auto select list. This is a specially selected option which is used for to make both the materials are auto selected. Now give a number as auto select columns. Change the material as a concrete. Select the 3 and change into auto selected list and again click on OK. Now if you observe that both 3 materials are occurred on the auto select columns. So again like this we can create these beams also. Add new property, change the rectangular, B 500 by 300, choose the material M40, here 500 and here 300. Modify reinforcement and choose the options and 3 design only beam, same HYSD 500, again mile 250. As per IS 456-2000 we can beams beam bars cover as 25 mm and then 25 and click on OK. Again click on OK. Now as the procedure we followed on the column, this time also we can follow the same procedure. Add copy of the property as B 550 by 350. .350 350. Please check the reinforcement details also for our confirmation and click on OK. Again click on OK. Now we can create the B 550 by 350. Again add copy of the property, change the name of the B 600 by 400. Take the material of the M40 change the dimensions of the beam. 600 by 400. Please check the reinforcement of details and click on OK and OK. Again, both we created both on it. Now add new property, auto selector list. You can change a number as in name, auto select beams, change the crop concrete, select the properties of the materials where we can find it, take them on the auto selector list and click on OK. Now we can create this property list auto selected beams and again click on OK. Now we define the slab property. Go to the Now after the defined properties, we define the section slab section. Go to the section properties and select the slab sections. Add new property. Change as slab 150 name. Take N40. Now thickness is 150 and click on OK. Again click on OK. Now after this, you must have to draw. Before this, we can draw beams and columns. Change the story to first floor. After change the story 1 means z is equal to 3 meters. Then select the similar stories. Now we can draw the beams and columns. Draw beams. We draw columns. Now change the property of the columns. Take an auto select column. Change similar stories to stories. Now select. Again draw the beams. Draw beams. Change the property as auto selected beams and draw. And also draw the floors, quick draw floors. Choose the property as slab 150 thickness and draw it. Now we can draw the same column beams and slabs on the above floors. Now go to story number 9. And select similar stories. Now draw. Select the quick draws. You can see that property is also selected, auto select columns. Now select the area as like this. Like this, selected the floor. Like on the same area we can draw the beams and floors also. Draw beams, draw beams, auto selected beams. Now like this same floor area. Now again draw the floors, means slab. Draw floor. Please take a look on the stores, means similar stories. Now take the property as slab 150. Draw the same lab. Like the same way we can draw the both columns and the slabs on this, and take the other story as a from 15 to 19. Go to draw option, we draw columns, take as a option similar stories, and properties auto selected columns. Now select the area like this. After that again draw the beams, quick draw beam, auto selected beams property, and similar stories. And again draw the beam floors, means slabs, quick draw floor, slab 150 property. If in case any type of this like this, please select the select object and again select and plus delete. Now select the any one story from the 920 to 23, means we take the story number 20 as the z is equal to 60 meters and choose the option as a one story, and now draw the beams and columns. Select area like this, and again draw the beams and draw the slabs. And click on escape. Now go to the edit, select the replicate, now go to the story, select the story as story 21, story 21, story 22 and story 23, and click on apply. Now after this, before doing that, we can select these both areas, go to the edit menu and click on replicate story, select the stories of 21, 22 and 23, click on apply. And okay, you see these two areas will be coverage, on the 3D view from up to the top level. Now change the stories as all stories, select now select the all stories, please choose the options like all stories, means we have on the left side on the corner we choose 147 shells and 588 edges selected. Now click on the sign, shell loads, click on uniform. Now change the load as 2 kilonewtons, apply, okay. Now if you show select the all flows, which is mean death load, which is applied all the flows on it, except that the base. Now change the options as similar stories. Select the story from the 1 to 8 any one. Select the flows. Assign shell loads. Uniform, which is 5 kilonewtons as live load. Apply and OK. You can check this up to the flow, the flows which is act on the up to the 1 to 8 flows. We will assign it 5 kilonewton per meter square. Please check there from 1 to 5 stores. Sorry, 1 to 8 floors. After that 9th floor, there is no loads acting on it. Now after that, choose the similar stories option. Select the similar floors. Assign. Go to the shell loads as uniform. Change the value as 4.5. Make it live load and apply it. And click on OK. Check up to the 9 to 14 floors. The load is 4.5 kilonewton per meter square is act on the up to the 9 to 14 floors. Similarly, like this, select these flows. Not only 15th story, we can choose from 15 to 19 any one. Assign shell loads, uniform, 4 kilonewton per meter square and apply it and click on OK. Now check from 15 to 19
and assign a live load of 3.5 kilonewton per meter square in a similar manner.
Now from 20 to 23 finally, please select these two flows. Assign shell loads, uniform as 3.5, taken as a live load and apply it.
Once you are done, you will need to remove the cladding loads from the beams of the topmost.
Now after that, select the beams, take the similar series option, On previous we can divide the number of stories, means number of group of stories. Please select the one from the one group and follow the same procedure. Means select the outer beams. Now assign frame loads, distributed, change load as 0.2. Now follow the same procedure for this also. Select the outer beams. Select the beams carefully. Go to the assign frame loads, distributed, take the same value of 0.2, apply and click on OK. Now change the story option. Again click on the beams, outer beams. Maintain the options of the all story. Assign the frame load, means distributed, 0.2 only, apply on it. Same on the top stories, maintain the same load and apply to it. Select the outer beams. Assign frame loads, distributed, 0.2.
Assign frame loads and select distributed. Choose the option delete existing loads and click on apply.
Ma, silent. Now select the similar stories to one story. Go to the top floor, means story 23. Select the outer beams.
Yeah.
And assign.
Yeah.
Take the frame loads
Yeah.
and distribute it.
Yeah.
Delete existing loads. Apply.
Restraints options of the assign menu.
ఏంటి ఒకటే ఉంది మాస్క్ ఎన్ని
Go to the draw menu and select auto draw cladding. Select the use floors option and click on OK. The claddings have been drawn around each floor of the building.
Now go to the ground floor. Means we can create the supports between the on the ground floor. select all the floors. Before that, if there is no display of theater stories, you can go to the display, undeformed shape, change the story as a one story. Now select all the assign, joints, restrain.
Select the use floors option. And change them to fixed from the restraints options of the assign menu. Go to the option and click on OK. The claddings have been drawn around each floor of the building. In the next part, you will learn to apply the wind loads. Thanks for watching. If we consider that the wind is blowing from the left side, then it will directly hit some claddings of section A and some claddings of section B, depending on the story. So you have to carefully select the claddings section-wise with respect to each side of the building. You will understand more clearly as we proceed with the steps. First, define the wind load. Go to the Define menu and select Load Patterns. Type the load name as wind. Select the load type as wind. And in the auto lateral load option, select the IS code for wind loads, that is IS 875. Then click on Add New Load, and the new load will be added in the list. As discussed earlier, take the risk coefficient value as 1, considering the mean design life of the building as 50 years. For Bangalore, the upward wind slope will be less than 3 degrees. So take the topography factor, K3 is 1. Click on OK to store the settings of the wind load.
Change these steps. Terrain category as 3.
Open the IN. Select the all stories. For Bangalore, the upward wind slope will be less than 3 degrees. So take the topography factor, K3 is 1. Click on OK to store the settings of the wind load. Click on OK to exit the Load Patterns dialog box. You will now be assigning the wind loads onto the building claddings.
You can see this one of the elevations from here.
Select the All Stories option and select all the cladding shells. Shell loads and click on Wind Pressure Coefficient. Change the coefficient value to plus 0.8 and select the windward option. Then click on Apply. The wind load has been applied to the section A. Click on OK to exit. As visible from the 3D model, the side A of the building plan in the IS code also corresponds to some shells of the section B in the higher stories. Select the elevation option and select the section B. Click on OK.
Now after selecting these shells, go to the Assign, Shell Loads, Wind Pressure Coefficient. Now go to the elevation, B, apply, OK.
The remaining claddings in the windward side of the building, which will be subject to the wind loads, are visible. Using the All Stories option, select all the shells.
assign shell loads, wind pressure coefficient, take the windward variance and
Once wind load is applied, go to the plan view option and select story 1 and click on OK. In section D, go to the elevation view option and select section C. The wind load in this section will also be minus 0.25. So select the visible shells and apply the wind pressure coefficient of minus 0.25 in a similar manner. The wind loads on sides A and B, as per the IS code, has been applied. Now you will apply the wind loads on the other two sides, which have the same wind pressure coefficient of minus 0.8.
now I can go to the elevations, go to the D elevation, click on OK, select all the shells, assign shell loads, go to the wind pressure coefficient, change as setting as minus 0.25, take a leeward sides, apply it and click on OK.
Once all the shells are selected, go to the Assign menu, select Shell Loads, and click on Wind Pressure Coefficients. Here change the coefficient value to minus 0.8, select the leeward or sides, and click on Apply. The wind load in the elevation sections 1, 2, 3, and 4 have been applied. The software will automatically understand the exterior surface of the shells in each section, and thus apply the direction accordingly. You can check the loads from the plan view. Click on
Now go to the elevations, elevation 1 and click on OK. Select all the shells, in each elevation select all the shells,
the loads are applied in all the shells in each side. Go to any story from the second set of similar stories. For instance, go to story 10 by selecting plan view and choosing the story. You can see that the loads are applied to the exterior shells, even if they are in an interior grid section, and the directions are also correctly set. In this way, you can verify the wind loads and directions and select the Use Extruded View for Frame Objects option from the toolbar. The frame extruded view of the building is shown. To run it out, welcome to the 6th part of the video on the final project in analysis and design of a tall building. All the properties, sections, and loads have been applied to the building model. The frame extruded view of the building is shown. Go to the Analyze menu and select Run Analysis. Save the file if you have not saved it before. As the number of stories is more, the software will take some time to run analysis on it. Wait for some time for the analysis to complete. You can check the progress of the analysis from the bottom bar. Once the analysis is complete, you can check for the display
Now after that we can check the analysis. So go to the analyze and get on the run analysis option. We can save this file through our system as star buildings. Save it. After saving, the analysis modeling are followed. You can see on the left corner
And stresses can be viewed by selecting the suitable options from the display menu, as shown in the earlier videos. After analysis, you will run design on the building. In the design menu, select concrete frame design and click on Start Design/Check. Wait for some time as the software runs design on the building. by 350 for beams. Click on Yes, and the software will increase the dimensions of the failed frame section from the auto select list, and will automatically run analysis and design again. This time, after the completion of running design, there is no notification regarding failure of any members, and the 3D view displays the longitudinal reinforcement. You can check by going to Design, Concrete Frame Design, and selecting Verify All Members Passed. A notification will appear that
after that click on Yes. It's again checking the run analysis model, means change the properties of the beams and columns, means as we selected in the alternate process, we gave the dimensions of the alternative beams. Now again click on Yes. You can change another type of material.
process of reiteration, so that the sections are changed to the next higher section, and so on. Now, there are no failed members in the building. The building now has beams and columns of different sections.